That's crazy. Hurricane just came on out.
What's up? What's going on, guys?
I was like, okay.
I can make this. Stay southbound, baby. Tanker. That's how you have to do it.
What's good with services? Chad reporting. Letting y'all know what I'm doing, where I'm at. I'm here at Hunter's Cove, doing these beautiful roundabouts. This one ain't done yet. I'll give y'all an update what it looks like. This is my setup. Got this 275 gallon tank. 275 gallon tank with the Whiskey sign on the back. Got this pressure washer 4000 Simpson Pro Series pressure washer by Honda. It's got that Honda engine on it. Wasn't nothing but the best. Now I'll tell you what, this Briggs & Stratton I got right here on this generator, it does the job too now. It ain't never let me down. I think this one's almost a year old. I've ran the life out of it. I keep my oil changed like I told y'all. I change my oil. Sometimes it don't even need to be changed. I just change it. Got that pump right there. And on the truck we got another 275 gallon tank full. Tires a little bowed out, but who cares? It's getting the job done. Y'all, I know what y'all think. Why has it got so much water? Because it takes a lot of water to do the job. And in my truck, I got just about anything you can think of. All kind of fittings. What we got in there? All kind of fittings to do just about anything. In this one, we got all kind of zip ties, tape, boot covers, bungee cords, and we got tarps and tools. There ain't nothing I don't leave the house without. Oh, I even got a jack. There you go. Look at that jack right there. And that jack's whatever needs to be jacked up. When I come on to the job, I got every tool to do the job. I don't come without, you know, if I need to break my truck down right there and rebuild my engine in the middle of the highway, I got the tools to do it. You know, that's just how I roll. Currently using this Karcher surface washer. My big one's in the shop, but I still don't let it get me down. I keep on rolling. If y'all need me to come by and pressure wash y'all's fence, I could pressure wash a cow in the middle of a field in 250,000 acres. It don't matter where it's at, I can do it. Give me a call, 251-509-2274. Or you can call my wife, 251-786-6242. Leave a message, you may not answer. But I love y'all, and I'm gonna get back to work. You can give me a call now. I'll come do the job. Don't matter how big or small. Alright. What's going on YouTube? I mean Facebook. YouTube, Facebook, same thing. Well, sitting out here waiting on these tanks to fill up. I got that Hudson valve on there. So when it gets full, it'll stop. You know, trying to find something to do with this phone. It'll break like that. How about that? Yeah. No, but so it won't be long. But I appreciate everybody watching. I need some spots to be filled up. I think I got Friday and Saturday. I got something to do. But this Monday through Thursday, ain't nothing going on. Hunter's Cove all the way. So, don't get me wrong, I like Hunter's Cove. You know. But I need something now. So, give me a call, 251-509-2274. And if any of y'all out there just start pressure washing, you know, think about starting y'all pressure washing job up, and y'all need some type of advice or something like that, let me know. I can help. You know, I'm just now starting my business, and I've been through a lot of headache, and a lot of you know, good times too. So anything you can think of, just about, I've been there, done that. As far as guns leaking, self-contained systems, seems like what I specialize in now. So just let me know. Really ain't got much to talk about. I need to figure out something on it. But I think I'm gonna be getting me a GoPro here shortly. Then we can go and ride and deliver Pepsis. That'll be the day. Tell you what, that Pepsi company don't move fast. It took me, I put my application in at that Pepsi company. I want to say about 5 weeks. They finally emailed me back. 5 weeks. I mean, what does a company expect you to do for 5 weeks to make a living? I don't know. You know more than I do. Comment down below. But oh, and I never did do my my review on this hose I got. This Flexzilla. I ain't never used a lot of different pressure washing hoses, so I've used the Simpson one. The I forgot what it's called. It's the clear one and it looks kind of brown color. Like I said before in my previous videos, do not buy it. I ain't trying to dog Simpson out, but it is a waste of money. I mean, you'll be fighting that hose all day long. It's like arm wrestling a grown man. You understand me? Arm wrestling a grown man while you're pressure washing. It's like pulling a bear by his foot all day long. Since I have switched to this Flexzilla hose, it has got so much better on me. And now this is going to be the I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me turn it around. Flexzilla by Legacy 3/8 ID pressure washer, 4200 PSI, 140 temperature. It's made in, what does that say? US of A. And they even got a patent on it. But this hose is the best hose. Now it's kind of pricey. This hose right here, this hose ran me almost $200. So it's a 100-foot hose. So you do the math. $2 a foot Flexzilla hose. I mean, but it's not like them other hoses were. It's actually a lot better. So if any of y'all guys out there starting your little pressure washing business, which I know a lot of y'all are, and you want to go to Lowe's and buy you one of them little Simpson pressure washing hoses, heck, call me. I probably got a couple I can sell you. You know, go online. I forgot what website it is, but look up 100-foot pressure washing hose, 4200 Flexzilla. It's going to run you about $200. I know you saying, wow, that's a lot of money for one hose. Shoot, you can either buy that hose and go home at the end of the day and not be tired, or you can cop out and get one of them cheaper hoses and be mad when you come in the door. But I'm just letting you know. And if you want to get it set up like this, now this ain't your regular trailer right here. This ain't your regular trailer. You know, it's got one of them big boy axles on it. You gotta look at what I'm toting. I know I got 20 gallons right here. I got that Craftsman generator. That ain't a small generator. And then I got my pressure washer. And then on the truck, you know, I got the big boy tank. So these machines right here, I'm fixing to show you about these machines. Do not gravity feed. You will have to get a pump. And my machines, I want to show y'all something. See all this white residue right here? See all that? I got it on every single carburetor. See all that white residue? That's white lithium grease. That's white lithium grease. I spray that on them specific parts so they do not rust. Because if they start rusting, you're gonna come into a world of trouble. And these tarps that y'all will use on these jobs, do not fold them up wet. Fold these tarps up wet, they stay wet, and they start mildewing. You're gonna be buying more tarps. And tarps that I buy, I go ahead and go to Harbor Freight and I get the best, the 12 mil tarps they got. I think they're like $12, $13, and they're the thickest tarps. You can't even buy 12 mil at Lowe's. So don't be cheap. Don't be cheap, people. Go ahead and get you some good stuff. That way it'll last. That way you ain't got to keep buying it. Pull cords. I'm going to show y'all about pull cords. These ain't your average pull cords. These are nylon. See that? See that? Hold on, let me get you a better look. See that blue? Them are nylon. These are different sizes. These are two different sizes. These are for your small machines, like your little small blowers and weed eaters. These are for your, these are maybe like 26cc engines. These are probably 35cc engines. And then that and above, I'll show you. I got some more wire. I mean some more pull cord. Make sure my engine's turned off. There you go. There's the thick one. I keep all new pull cords. I keep all new pull cords. Because when you're yanking on that thing all day, I'm going to show you what'll happen. You pull the head off of it. This goes to that Echo 1500 Edger I bought the other day. My carburetor's coming in today, so we're going to do a video on that. I had to weasel that out. I had to weasel that out of the bank account. That carburetor for it was $16. So guess what else I ordered last night? I don't know if y'all going to be excited as I am. I ordered a carburetor. I ordered a fuel pump. Ordered an oil filter, spark plug, air filter, fuel line, all that come in one kit for my Cub Cadet hydro ride lawnmower. So that's coming in a couple days. So I'll keep y'all with me, and we'll put that on, and we'll see if that Cub Cadet will crank up finally. Somebody gave me that Cub Cadet. You know what they told me when they gave it to me? They said, the transmission's locked up. I said, okay. So, I took it home. And I was going to scrap it. I was going to throw it away, y'all. You know how I am. If I don't need it, I'm scrapping it. But, you know, something told me, hey, take a chance. So what I did was I put some gas down in the fuel filter. Down in the air filter in the carburetor. Put some jumper cables on it. That bad boy cranked on up. When it cranked on up, I hit that gas on it and it bumped. Ooh! I was like, Lord help us. But it went dead after that, so I can't really tell. We're gonna put a new carburetor on it, new fuel pump, and new fuel lines on it. We're gonna get that thing running because I got a little Cub Cadet trailer to pull behind it. So I'm gonna have all that going. Riding around in the yard, pulling my little trailer. Might have Mandy on the back of it with a bale of hay. Waving like old Snowbell Queen of 96, you know. Have a rerun, a return. But, you know, I'm going to let y'all know it's a little something about, you know, y'all get ready to go to work. The tools y'all got to have when y'all start this pressure washing job or any job. Y'all get out there on the job and y'all ain't got all y'all's tools. Y'all going to have a heck of a time. I'll let y'all know what I keep. Craftsman. This is brand new. Has everything in there. It's not missing one piece. Okay. This is a jack. Just in case you need it. You don't never know. Now, with pressure washing, you need a lot of stuff. Let me get this lid off. Take measurements. You always need O-rings. I bought all this stuff brand new. You always need fittings. What kind of fittings we got? Just about any type of fitting you can think of. These are real good to have. You know, these are your filters for your water hose. These are your, downstream injector little kits. That's when I used to run bleach through my machine. Zip ties. Level. You know what this is for? Can anybody tell me what I use this for? Think about it. Why would you need a level while you're pressure washing? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. So when I pull my machine off and I want to check my oil, and you want your machine to be level when you check it, this is why. Brand new pliers. Look at them. I've never in my life seen some pliers like this. Push that button, click that back. Push that button, click that back, and then it opens up. Ball valve. Two-way. Just all kind of stuff. You know, to get the O-rings out. Don't never know when you're going to need that kind of stuff. You gotta always be prepared. Always be prepared, folks. And there. Sure tape. That's the best tape to do pressure washing with. Rags, gloves, boots, bungees. I got safety vests down in there. You got tarps. You always want to keep safety vests with you. You don't know when you're going to get on a job and they'll be like, have you got a safety vest? And you're like, safety vest? I ain't never in my life used a safety vest. Well, if you ain't got one, you'll be like, well, I got to get one. Now, because I'll let you know, now you got a safety vest. And you can say, yeah, I got a safety vest. I sure do, sir. And he'll be like, okay, well, come on to work. And there you go. Stay hydrated. And I'd only bring drink in here, Gatorade. I'll bring ice in this one, just in case that melts. You don't never know. Here's a shout out to my folks. Look them up. They got good products. I'll be trying to buy some more. But yeah, I just gave y'all a little rundown. You know, keep you a shovel. You don't never know. Keep you a ladder. Some chain. Who knows what you're gonna run into. But with that, I appreciate y'all taking the time to watch this video. Y'all need anything, let me know. If I can help, I'll help. If you need some pressure washing done, 251-509-2274, 251-786-6242. Thank y'all. Have a great day. God bless. Alright, I just want to show you what I carry every day. Got some Cracker Jacks. Let's see what's in the big sack. Oh, what's in here? Got gum, Suckers, mints, Jolly Ranchers. These are pig skins. They help keep me awake when I chew on them. Eat them. Reese's, Pinwheels, and cookies. That's what I carry with me every day. And when I run low, I just refill these bags. For some reason, I've been starting to chew on gum. I don't know why. My truck looks totally brand new before I get in it. And this is what it looks like after I got wires running everywhere. Wires there. I use this phone just for my GPS. Wires there, wires there. There's my bag, a little bit of trash. I'll clean that up at the end of the day. There's my skull cap, my printer, my hat. I got a little smell good rag. I keep napkins up there. There's my cooler. Oh, what's in the cooler? Pepsi products on ice. In case I run out of Pepsi products, let me undo my seatbelt. More Pepsi products. Oh, here's the new one. Y'all try that. Bye ya. Bye yow. Alright, I got 12 stops, 7 o'clock. Came in late. I don't know when I'll be done. God bless y'all. Y'all have a good day. Peace. So I do a lot of driving at my job. A lot of driving, Jackson, all kind of places. And I like to talk a lot while I drive. The time I hate the most, or I dislike the most, is when my wife's asleep in the morning, because there's so much I want to say. There's so much I want to talk about. And I call my mom too, you know, but they're both asleep. So I'm just riding around, nobody to talk to, thinking. I wait for them to wake up. As soon as they call me, I'm like, blah, 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 trying to get all them hours of thoughts out at one time. Tell me if y'all other truck drivers go through the same thing I go through. It's Friday. It's gonna be a good Friday today. I'm out here. $4:19 in the morning. Been up since 2. Out here with the little kitties. You want to see the kitties? Look at them. Ain't they cute? What is it? What is it? Huh? What is it? Huh? What is it? It ain't time to eat. You got dry food over there. I know, Mama. That's our crazy mama. We call her crazy mama because she's crazy. I mean, one minute she likes you, one minute she don't. But I know she's a woman though, I'll tell you. I take that back. I don't want to get in trouble. Anyways, but if y'all need any pressure washing done, I'm kind of don't have a job yet. As of, I think, next weekend. I've been waiting on the job to go through to finish it, but I don't have any jobs on the weekend to do, and I need them. If y'all, need any pressure washing done, I'm very cheap, very reasonable. 5-star Google review. Just look me up. I'll be more than happy to come out there, measure it out. See how much it is and everything, let you know, and we'll go from there, see what you can afford. I do a good job. You can see all my reviews, see all my pictures. But besides that, y'all be praying for me. I set me a date for January 5th, I think it is, that Wednesday. I'm taking my CDL test. I'm gonna try to get it. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get my CDL. Once I get my CDL, I may quit pressure washing. I may quit for a while, till I get commercial machines, and I may just start doing residential and all in all. That's my main goal, was truck driving and pressure washing at the same time. Hire me a crew to do my pressure washing, and get my wife to go out there and bid on these jobs, or my son, and go inspect the jobs after they're done, pay my guys, and that's it. Try to help some people get employed. Pay them good, treat them right. Simple as that. But y'all keep me in y'all's prayers. I think it's January 5th. I may be mistaken. That's that Wednesday of that week. I'm gonna be taking my CDL test. I'm trying to get ready. But y'all holler at me if y'all need any pressure washing done in between now and my other job starts. God bless y'all. Have a good Friday. Thank y'all. Good morning. Saturday. It's the weekend. No. I should be sleeping, but I'm out and get money. When you are self-employed, that's how you gotta do it sometimes. Whoa, I got too much stuff on here to be shaking like that. Sorry about that. Yeah. So let me tell you about my little venture yesterday. So I've been trying to get this Eco hedge trimmer from this guy. I was trading him some 4-wheeler speakers. The external ones that sit on the front or the back, wherever you want them. Well, I traded them the speakers, and I gave them 2 subs. Near, like 5,000 watts. Magnets on it, the speaker weighed like 20 pounds. And I gave them a Kenwood, or a kicker, competition. Like he wasn't even happy with it. I was like, do you know what you got here? Anyways, I'm not even gonna get started on that guy, because he may watch my video one day. But I got the trimmer. And he said, well, it'll run, but it won't trim. The trimmer won't move. I was thinking maybe it bogs down whenever he hits the gas. Maybe the carburetor ain't adjusted right. And sometimes I think if you get that wax in there in them jets, that even though you shoot that carburetor cleaner in there, it still ain't gonna dissolve it, because you got wax and nothing but wax, and then you just cleaning the outsides. It ain't gonna do it. You're gonna have to get a whole new carburetor, or either take it apart and shoot down in it. No, I ain't got time for all that. Plus, if I get it apart, I may not know how to put it back together. That's just who I am. But so I took the bottom of it off. It's got the gearbox down there. The thing had so much rust in it. It's like they had kept it in a swimming pool. You know, if it's got water damage, tell me it's got water damage, guy. Let me know, so I'm not like, you know. And I gave him $20 because he was griping and moaning about, you know, what I brought him. And I was thinking, you know what I brought you because I told you I was gonna bring it to you. If you know anything about anything, you know what I told you I was gonna bring you, and you asked me for. Don't know what you're asking for before you start asking for it. And don't get it and be like, oh well, I didn't know. You know, come on, man. Come on, seriously. I ain't got time for all that. I got kids I don't even play with. You know, I'm working all the time. I don't need to go find some grown man in the grocery store parking lot and play with him. You know? If I tell you this is what I got, this is what I got, don't let me get up there and you not, I didn't know it was that. But the same one sold me the rusted up head trimmer. So what I did, I ordered my carburetor already. $16 carburetor, fuel lines, spark plug, gaskets, everything comes for $16. Amazon. If y'all need the link, let me know if you got an Echo 1500 trimmer. I can send you the link. But I'm sorry for being like that this morning, y'all. You know, I am totally sorry for being like that. But I'm not. Well, I took the gearbox off, full of rust. You know, the packing grease, it's got so much water in it, it's gonna turn white. I think packing grease is not supposed to be white. I got my packing grease like black or red or something. I cleaned all the gears out, cleaned them up. Eventually I got the motor running. You know, they sell at Northern Tool, for all you guys, you know, they sell at Northern Tool. It's a little green can. It does the same thing as Seafoam. Seafoam sells, you know, that's what Seafoam does too. They got a spray that you can spray it down in the carburetor, or get your engine hot and spray down the carburetor and let it sit for about 15 minutes. And then you go to pull that bad boy, and once it cranks up, it'll get out all them deposits and everything. You know, and it'll bring that motor right back to life like it was brand new. So that's a little trick. You know, sometimes it'll clean out that carburetor. And it's preventive maintenance on carburetors. And you can get that engine hot and take that spark plug out and spray it down in there. That way it can get in that chamber and get all the deposits out too. I'm telling y'all, it does work. That's Seafoam, and the same people that makes that white lithium grease in the spray. It's a real popular brand. You'll see it's in a green, it's in a white can with a green label. So I sprayed it down in there. I cranked that bad boy up. It filled the whole yard full of smoke. You know, that's all them deposits. But it's running, and the gears are turning. I just got to get my little carburetor in. I'm gonna mess with it today. I don't think I'll be able to unstop that carburetor. I don't think I will. But yeah, so I paid $20 for it, and somebody gave me the speakers. So I came out ahead, and I get this thing running. I'll have a gas-powered Eco hedge trimmer. You know, I'm excited about that. You know, that's just, I'm a collector. I've been collecting small engines. You know, weed eaters, blowers, different things like that. You know, I just want a whole army of stuff. You know, when I get my big shop, you know, I want to have just weed eaters and lawnmowers and blowers and welding machines, generators, just all kind of stuff, pressure washers. And you know how I put a S on the end of everything I say, because I want a multitude of items. I wait with my boy. He says, Dad, I'm talking about Hayden. He says, Dad, you know, he can come around one day. And he says, Dad, I got a job I gotta do and make me a little extra money. think I can borrow the pressure washer, lawnmower, weed eater, blower, and a surface cleaner with a hedger trimmer. Like, sure, son. Go on and load that F-350 up out there in that trailer and go ahead. Make sure you put gas and oil and everything. I love it. But, yeah. So, y'all thinking about pressure washing. I know I say it time and time again. You know, let me know. If you hear somebody in a conversation, bring my name up. If you think just because my prices are low, I don't know what I'm doing, I will charge you more. Dadgummit, I didn't bring nothing to drink. Lord to Jesus. Too late now. You ever get tired of walking outside and your driveway looks like it's, you know, a dirt road and it's concrete? You can call me. You walk outside and you can't tell where your house starts and your yard ends because you got the mold and the red mud all around the bottom of the house, you can call me. If you need your roof washed, I mean, I got some Tide and some Gain. It'll smell so good. I mean, I'm letting you know now. I can do roof washing. You know, if y'all don't take care of them roofs, y'all gonna be paying that whatever it is to get that roof done, you know? Because you let all that mold and stuff grow up there, and you're like, yeah, I'm starting a little farm on top of my house. You ought to come see it. I got bell peppers, tomatoes, and okra. That ain't gonna cut it, partner. You'll be buying a new roof. You might as well take that roof and sit it on in the yard and go ahead and finish your crops out, because that's where it's gonna be in the next 6-7 months. So we did the charitable event. We had the charitable event, you know, the guy that was diagnosed with cancer. It was irreversible, and y'all keep him in y'all's prayers. So, you know, we did what we can for the world. I'm thinking about doing one of these soldiers' houses, you know, because we gotta stay active in these soldiers, man. These soldiers do a lot for us. You know, you look at one of them other countries and you see how it is. I mean, be thankful we got soldiers. A lot of people don't understand, but go on YouTube and do you some research. But I was thinking about doing one of these soldiers' houses, or one of these police officers. You know, a lot of people are talking about they don't like the police, this and that, this and that. You push somebody hard enough, you're gonna make them become somebody who they ain't. So ask yourself, why do people act the way they do? Because of you. So I'm gonna give back to them. I like police officers. I like soldiers. I like anybody that's the law. Because do the research. But I'm here at the job. Enough about enough. I'm tired of yapping. I love y'all. Stay safe. Keep your prayers up. And God bless every single one of y'all.
75, but I've been in young moments my whole life.
Welcome to my house. This is how you do lunch. So, Gonna make me a little sandwich. Pour my watered down drink out. You just don't want to pour it right by your door because when you get out, you'll be stepping all in the stickiness. So, excuse my bed if it ain't made. I'll probably be back in it here shortly. Kind of look like my trainer there, but I know he's at the house. So I keep me a thing of ice, a cooler of ice. Put a little ice in my cup. I had this ice in here for 3 days now. Tomorrow before. Bought 2 bags of ice. I got a little fridge. It's like a little, looks like a little, you know how they, back in the day, they had them little ovens, easy bake. Looks like a little easy bake fridge. Keeps my drinks cold. So when I pour them on the ice, they ain't all watered down. Ain't no sense in buying a drink if you're gonna have it watered down. The only reason why I ain't been making videos because my data plan ain't $80 a month yet. So I ain't had that much data. And you always gotta keep data, you know, when you get on this road because, wow, what is that? I mean, that's something else. Let me turn the camera around. Maybe y'all can see it. What in the heck are them things? Looks like something out of a rock video, don't it? Heck, y'all might want to watch that more than me. But, this is where I'm at for the weekend. So, but anyways, let me get back to what I was trying to tell you. And I'll turn it back. Got your jelly, apple butter, you gotta have it. And you got, whoo, she got it right. Extra crunchy. You gonna eat peanut butter? I like the peanuts to be in it. I mean, that's just what makes peanut butter to me. Tuna. You know, I got mayonnaise and everything. Soups. I got all that. My wife packed it out for me. But, and if y'all gonna use something, you know, these black spoons are the best. I made a video the other day, you know, letting y'all know how it's going and everything. It's going good. It's different. I ain't never at home. I don't never get in the bed with my wife. You don't never know where you're gonna spend the night. You don't never know where you're gonna end up sleeping, you know. It's an adventure. I'm up in West Virginia right now, and it was snowing yesterday, and today it's sunny. I'm gonna have to take this long sleeve shirt off because it's getting a little warm. I think I might need to turn the heat down in my truck. I think that's why it's so warm, because it is hot in here. Okay, but yeah, instant coffee. But the thing about it is, I found out today. Now, where is my coffee? Here it is. I can take this jug in there. Now, that's a big jug. Look at my head. All right. Now, I got a big old head. This jug's getting bigger, so that tells you something right there. That whole jug full of coffee for $1.99. I've been doing the instant coffee thing, you know, trying to save money, sending them checks home, you know, so they can live good. But we're gonna eat a little peanut butter and jelly sandwich just right now. But yeah, everything's going good. I about got stuck yesterday. Woo! I tell y'all what, I thought they was gonna have to get a wrecker come get me out, but I wiggled my way out, you know. Hopefully next week will be better. I'm gonna turn it around because I know y'all don't want to sit here and watch me make this sandwich. Y'all can watch these crazy truckers coming in out of here. Take this GPS down. There y'all go. This is the pilot in West Virginia. Where am I at exactly? I don't know where I'm at. I don't know exactly what town I'm in. I'm gonna tell you like this. I go to so many towns that I really can't even keep up with it. I mean, one day I'm in this town, next day I'm in that town, next day I'm in that town. Oh, and the thing about keeping your hot water in that jug that I just showed y'all, I eat soups at night because it saves on money, and I use that hot water to put in my soup. You know, I mean, I save money any way I can. Let me show y'all some of my snacks I got. Let me see. So I got cracklings. All these wires right here, these are my phone wires. This one's my CB. You know, any I was going to say something, but any sophisticated trucker, you know, in his own way, not trying to down nobody, but you got to have a CB. Let's just put it like that. You got to have a CB. You get on the highway, you know, you need to know, hey, do I need to be getting over? What's going on up ahead? Right lane closed, left lane closed. Y'all let me know something, so I can go ahead and be getting over, because you try to get over at the last minute, these folks ain't gonna let you get over. Bubble gum, butterscotch, cookies. These are butterscotch with icing in the middle. Ooh, talking about good. And beef jerky. So I bought my own drinks before I left the house. I'm using Pilot's Wi-Fi. I mean, it don't get no better than this. I'm fixing to eat a good old peanut butter and jelly sandwich with a soda. I call it a soda. I don't know where I picked that up from. With a Dr. Pepper. And then I think I'm fixing to lay back and watch a movie. I'm on my 34-hour reset. I got these cast iron pipe. I was supposed to deliver them yesterday by 1 o'clock. I would have got there at 12:30. Getting stuck on that bridge messed me up. I'm gonna have to make 2 sandwiches. I'm a little bit too big for 1 sandwich. But I missed my deadline. Called them the day before. They said be here at 1 o'clock at the latest. So I messed that up. I was going to drop these pipes, call in for another load, pick it up yesterday, try to drop it today. Usually they give me like 500-700 mile loads. I can do 670 to 720 in one day. If I drive real hard, I can do 720. I was going to drop that load today. Payroll ends at Sunday night at midnight. So that would have been 4 loads for this week. And I probably could have picked one up Sunday and held it to Monday, and then my time would have ran out because I had 34 hours yesterday when I woke up. I tell you what, getting stuck on that bridge messed me all the way up. Messed my check all the way up. I ain't gonna have it 2 loads this week on my check. But you know, I learned a valuable lesson. When the folks give you the paperwork and they say, hey, follow these directions, what I did was I called my trainer. You know, and he said he misunderstood what I said. Because I didn't know, man. You know, I'm new to this. I don't know. So I asked questions. And he said, follow GPS. I followed GPS. It messed me up. But he was so frustrated the other day, you know, with the drivers. Sometimes these drivers can be frustrated. Sometimes these drivers can frustrate you. Trying to get on the interstate, they won't let you on the interstate. I mean, heck, you have to sit there on the on-ramp, wait for them to go by because they won't move over. I mean, I don't know. It's the craziest thing in the world. But, so I'll be here tomorrow too. Tomorrow though, I'll be getting ready to leave in the morning. I've already got my route planned and everything. I ain't gonna let it sneak up on me. So I think everything's gonna go good tomorrow. I'll drop this load of pipe. I'll go get another load of pipe. And not another load of pipe, I'll go get another load. And we'll just play it from there. But this truck I got now, this truck is a 2022 International C10 edition. It had 24,000 miles on it when I picked it up. So you can practically say this truck's brand new. The only thing about it is, it was seized at the Mexico border. Y'all seen that in my video last night. I have cleaned so much marijuana residue out of this truck. Not like residue, but pieces of, like I've just vacuumed underneath that seat and got more weed out from underneath that seat. It was seized at the Mexico border because the occupants of it, I don't know why, but from the blunt wraps, the weed, you know why. They dogged this truck out. Well, not dogged it out like the truck wise. I mean, they were using the cup holders as ashtrays. 2022 truck off the showroom floor, and they're just using the cup holder as an ashtray. I mean, vicious. I'd hate to see, you know, some people raised like that, you know, can't help that. They are who they are. They're gonna be that way. They was that way before you met them. They're gonna be that way after you get to know them and leave. But me personally, a $200,000 truck, I ain't gonna be using the cup holders as no ashtrays, even if I did smoke, which I don't. So it took a minute. It took a little while for me and my wife to get the smell up out of here. Cigarettes. You can still smell cigarettes. It was so strong with cigarettes in here. When I opened the door, it about took my breath away. I used to be a smoker. It about took my breath away. Me and my wife came in here with the Clorox and all that, wiping everything down. It helped somewhat, not all the way. But, oh, I need one of them poles too. I need to go one of them poles. They got these poles because sometimes you get these coils and they got wire wrapped around them, and sometimes you have to put the chain through the hole, and it's probably that big. Well, you can't put your hand down there. Your hand won't go in there to push the chain, so you have to get a piece of pipe. I've been meaning to buy one of them, but I have to write myself a note before I forget again. because I don't want to be caught unprepared. You know. But yeah, they dogged this little truck out, man. And whenever I finally got done with my trainer, the guy was like, you know, my DM, he was like, oh, he said, I got a truck. He said, but it ain't been checked out. And he said, there's one thing also. He said it was seized at the Mexico border. Seized at the Mexico border. And I said, well, what else is going on with it? And he said, nothing. He said, it's a 2022. He said, it's brand new. I said, brand new? I said, hey, I've been through worse. So I took it. I look at it like it's a blessing from the Lord. I mean, I gave this thing a whole new meaning in life. Let me see. Okay. So, but yeah, it's it ain't nothing but a blessing, y'all. All this ain't nothing but a blessing. I worked hard to get here. I fought a lot of demons. A lot of demons tried to fight me, you know. I woke up one morning. I quit my job from being a pipe fabricator. I was a supervisor. And I quit my job about a year ago. I didn't want to. I didn't want to quit my job. But the way they was treating me, I couldn't. It was hard for me as a man for one thing, as a husband for another, and a father, to go home every day after I've been at this jobs and people have been belittling me, talking crazy to me. And now I gotta go home and be somebody that I ain't because I let somebody run all over me. I tell you what, they did it for a little while, and then I told them, I said, look, I said, I'm not coming back. I said, the way y'all try to handle me, I said, I'm not doing it no more. I said, y'all can find somebody else. So I quit my job. Wasn't no talking about it. Wasn't no, we'll work it out. I said, no, I'm not coming back. I'm done. I am done with this job. So I went home and I started my own pressure washing business. I started it with nothing but a dream and faith in the Lord. And I tell you what, God took them prayers and He made it a reality for me. I did good for a little while. I was making good money. Some week I was making $2,000, $2,100. I mean, pressure washing in a week. Actually, in a couple of days. You know, there's some days I can make $2,100 in about 3 days. Some weeks I didn't make $200. So it had its ups and downs, you know. Roll down these windows a little bit, get a little fresh air. But you know, with the inconsistency of it, I couldn't provide for my family. So I wanted to go on hot shotting. I had an F-350. I was going to borrow a trailer and I was going to do hot shotting. Well, Buffalo Rock called me. I know a guy that worked at Buffalo Rock. He worked there for like 10, 15 years. He said he could get me a job. I went to Buffalo Rock. They said, you got 6 months to get your CDL. I said, all right. I mean, that was kind of far-fetched for me. You know, a guy ain't never drove a truck. No semi in a day in his life. The biggest truck I ever drove was an F-350. So I said, okay, well, I went home, told my wife, and you know, the blessed wife I got, she told me what every wife should be telling any man.
I got your back. I know you can do it. All you gotta do is put your mind to it. And that's what I did. I studied and I studied and I studied day and night. I would be watching these YouTube videos and they would tell me the questions that's on the test and the answers. I read the book a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I didn't read the whole book. I just studied questions and answers, questions and answers. I got some apps. I studied the questions and answers, day and night. I would download the videos off of YouTube through an app called TubeMate, which all of y'all can download. Any video on YouTube you can have on your phone as a audio file or a video file, and I use it for playlists on my phone. I don't buy music, none of that. I know it's not right, but I mean, I do what I do. But besides the point, I would ride around at work delivering drinks, listening to these questions and answers. I would come home, put it on TV, and me and my wife would listen to questions and answers. She'd get tired of it she'd put up with it for about 30 or 45 minutes. She'd go in the living room. And I would fall asleep and wake up and still be hearing about driving a CDL, about driving a truck, get my CDL. You know, I wanted it that bad. So I did that for about 2 months, maybe 3 months. I went down there, took my CDL written test, aced it off the bat. First time, got it, no problem. I used to, at work, beg my supervisors, hey man, can you stay 15 minutes and let me back this truck up a couple times? Please, man, I'm ready to get this CDL. I just need about 15, 20 minutes. If you just because they want a Class A CDL driver to be there with you while you're backing up, because somebody in Pensacola backed up into something. So I'm begging them. I told them, hey, look, I'll come in on the weekends. I'll go to work for free on Saturday just so I can stay at the end of the day, Saturday, while trucks are coming in and practice backing them up. I'll do whatever I got to do. So that's how I got a little time in here, a little time in there, a little time in here. Well, one time, finally, I told them, I said, I'm ready to take my test. I went down there, took my test, and aced it. They give you, 6 pull-ups on the straight back. They gave you 9 or 12 pull-ups on the lateral, and I think 12 pull-ups on the 90. Some call it oh god, I forgot what it's called. That's where you god, I can't think of what it's called, but any of y'all truckers know what I'm talking about. I used 1 pull-up on the 90. 1. That was the only pull-up I used throughout the whole course. It took me about 15 minutes. They said they ain't never seen a guy complete the course that fast, as long as they've been doing it. No, I'm just not making this up. This is really what they said. Because I was excited. I was ready to get it over with. And, you know, my dream, my mama's been a truck driver for a long time. She's been driving, you know, hot-shotting for a lot of years. And I've always been watching her do it, and I've always, you know, it made me want to do it. But I never thought, now here comes the devil, I never thought I'd be good enough to. I never thought nobody would hire me, because, you know, I do have a pass. I thought nobody would hire me. I thought nobody would give me a chance. I just thought I wouldn't make it because of what I've done in the past. Not because of who I am and what I know, but because of what I've done. So I've practically given up already. I'm done with it. You know, somebody thinks like that, you can count them out, because they've already given up. You know, if you give up before you even start something, you ain't going to complete it. If you go into something, if you go into a situation and you say, well, I might be able to do it, you've given up. You're done. So when I got that CDL, when I got that CDL, it boosted my morale, I guess you could say. And it gave me hope that, hey, I might be able to make something of my life. Well, I went to Buffalo Rock. I worked hard there. It was a good job. The max pay was like $1,000. Max pay was like maybe $1,000 to $1,200 at the most. $1,200 at the most. You ain't making no more than that. Yeah, on a good day, that's what you gonna make. You ain't gonna make no more. I'm just saying, cut and dry. And people, they know that there. Case wise, commission wise, route wise, that's the most you're gonna make. So I took that into acceptance, and I said to myself, I don't want to be limited in what I can do with this CDL. I said, for one thing, I want to be like my mother, and another thing, I want my pay scale to be endless. I want to be able to make $10,000 a week, $20,000 a week. So I said, I got to make a move. And the only thing I knew to do was go over the road and get my experience in. And a lot of companies won't hire me right now because, for one thing, I ain't got no experience. And another thing, I have felonies on my record. So, being that said, there was one company, there's probably more, but this is like the first one that said yes, so I went with it. It was Western Express. And they are known for hiring convicts. This place just has a bad name. It's really all you make of it, If you come to this company and you want to be babied, it ain't gonna happen. You're gonna have to be self-sufficient. Your truck needs coolant, like mine did the other day. You buy it, put it in there, and send them the receipt. Don't call and say, hey, my truck's running low on coolant. I need a guy out here to check it out. And that ain't gonna happen. You hang that up. Hang that up. They want you running this truck making money. So being that said, the only time I need to talk to them is, where's my next load and where's my fuel stop? That's all I need to know from them. And that's how I've been. It took me a minute to figure that out, but that's how I've been. And I'll tell you what, it's been working out good. I mean, that's, as soon as I drop a load and I get on that message thing and I said, okay, I unloaded, got an empty, I'm hauling empty, or however you say it, and whatever the lingo is, I ain't got it down yet. They'll say, okay, here's your next load, and I'm headed that way. If I find me somewhere to sleep, I have to find me somewhere to sleep. It may be a rest area. It may be an on-ramp, maybe an off-ramp. I know it ain't legal, but, I mean, if you can't find nowhere to sleep, if you can't sleep on the side of the highway, you got to find somewhere to sleep. But in 6 months, I signed a contract. So I have to stay with these guys for 6 months. In 6 months, I'll be able to leave. And then I'll have experience. And then I should be able to, might get on to another company who's a little bit more, in the pay scale, up in the pay scale. So maybe I got like a 5-year goal. 5 years I hope to be in my own truck with my own trailer on the back, making $10,000, $15,000 a load. Them loads coming out of California, I heard they're like $17,000. But my wife can come with me, my son can come with me, and when he turns 18. But my wife can come with me right now. She can be right here with me. That's one thing I like about this place. But they gave me a brand new truck. I mean, you get bonuses on your check. I don't know how often, but you know, I can tell you that you do. Oh, deadheading? Yeah. Deadheading your way. Yeah, deadheading. They pay you. I mean, they pay you whether you deadhead or not. They'll pay you. And that's the good thing about it. I mean, when I'm going to pick up another load, they're paying me just to drive and pick it up. When I got it on the truck, they're paying me to haul it. It's a good deal. I mean, 48 cents a mile, I mean, it ain't bad. So you say 50 cents on the dollar, you know, shoot, I get 3,000 miles a week. If I can go run, there's 14-hour days I got 11 hours a day, and I can run 14 hours. It gives me 3 hours to unload, load, do whatever I got to do. I can get around 670 a day. So you say, what is that? $335 a day, $335 a day. Times 5, that's what, 1,500, around 16 something. Around 16 something. I'm looking at it like this. I'm making around $25 an hour. I've got it down to about that. $25 an hour, I figure out I'm making. Yeah, and then I did get a bonus. I can't tell y'all how much, but I did get a nice bonus. And I was surprised. I mean, I was like, what? That came out of nowhere. I needed that because, you know, my check was kind of small, but that bonus shot it back on up there. Shoot, I didn't even make that much at Buffalo Rock, you know. I was bringing like $650 home at Buffalo Rock. I mean, but I don't know. I couldn't ever get no 18-wheeler route, and it was just discouraging, man. But I do have my. I was going to go get my hazmat also. I didn't study for it. I studied for the doubles and triples. I went up there to take it, and I said, well, let me do a little study on the hazmat while I'm sitting here. Got 20 out of 30 right. I failed it. But I did get my doubles, I did get my triples, my doubles and triples, and I got my tanker. So I got to take this online class that I've researched, and then I can go back down there and take my hazmat. Even if I don't use it, I still want it, just to say, hey, you know, it makes me feel good about myself, you know. Say, hey, yeah, I've got all these endorsements, you know. I mean, I don't know. And the kind of the thing that scares me, you know, which I've seen a lot of people doing this, but it's, you know, it's. I always think about it though, you know, it's like I'm 40 years old. I know I'm not old, you know, compared to some people, you know, in this industry. But I just hope that it don't take me forever to get established and get my own truck, because I want my own truck. I know having my own truck is when I'm going to start making the real money. I know it comes with a lot of responsibility, and I know all about business, okay? I mean, I've ran a couple of them, which y'all probably know if y'all keep up with me. But I don't like working for people. I mean, I don't have a problem. I can be a good employee or a good supervisor. I mean, you know, there's nothing to it. I just want to work for myself. My grandfather worked for himself all the years, and that's where I get that from. You know, when I want to go to work, I want to go to work, and when I want to stay home, I want to stay home. You know, I want to be able to bring enough money to where I can say, hey, look, I'm going to take this month off just because I want to spend time with my family. You know, we ain't promised tomorrow. We ain't promised tomorrow. And I'm going to tell you what, with the death of my grandmother and my grandfather, it'll go by just like that. It'll go by just like that, and you'll have missed your whole life. Everything you've done from then to the time that you close your eyes for the last time, you wouldn't have had any fun. You wouldn't have experienced nothing. You wouldn't have spent time with your family. You would have been working, griping, just hating life. And that's not something I want to do. You know, but I guess I'm gonna let y'all go. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I just had to get that off my chest, and I'll let it die. I'll think of something else to talk about. Hopefully I'll have some data here and I'll start making more videos. I really don't know if I can be, like, I know I can't be holding the phone while I'm driving and stuff like that, but if I can just be having a camera run, or having just the audio, you know how I do audio, having the audio run while I'm driving. So I got to figure all that stuff out, because I'm not trying to get fired my first month in. You know what I mean? I got too many bills to pay. But check out my YouTube channel. I'm gonna start uploading videos there. But besides that, I appreciate everything. Thank y'all for y'all's prayers. I do appreciate everything y'all done for me, prayer wise, emotional wise, and all your positive comments. And I will be getting back with y'all. So keep your faith, stay positive, and don't forget, tell somebody